So since that last problem seemed to be difficult, let's try another one. So we are multiplying the square root of 6x times the binomial of square root of 3x minus 4 times the square root of 8x squared. Now I notice that I have the square root of 8. What is another way of saying the square root of 8? Because we did that in the previous problem. Square root of 4 times the square root of 2, but the square root of 4 was, so it's 2 root 2. So I'm going to first simplify this just to make life a little easier later. So if we have 4 times, and then we said the square root of 8 is 2 times the square root of 2 times the square root of x squared. Well, what is 4 times 2?
8.
It's 8. Do I have any other perfect square factors here? X squared. What is the square root of x squared? X. So we have 8x times the square root of 2. And so I'm going to rewrite my binomial, but instead of 4 times the square root of 8x squared, I'm going to write 8x times the square root of 2, because they are equivalent. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this so I have a little more room later. So I have the square root of 6x times the square root of 3x minus, and now my equivalent term here, which is 8x times the square root of 2. And so now it's time to distribute the 6x, the square root of 6x, I should say. So the square root of 6x times the square root of 3x is what? You're right, just say it a little bit louder. 18x squared. The square root of 18x squared minus, what is the square root of 6x times 8x times the square root of 2? Well, do you have any whole numbers that you're multiplying together? Is there a whole number here? No. It's just 1, right? So what's the whole number that we're going to have for this second term here? Well, what is 1 times 8x? 8x. What is the square root of 6x times the square root of 2? 12x. The square root of 12x. And that's it so far. So looking at the square root of 18x squared, are there any perfect square factors? 9 and 2. So we have the square root of 9 times the square root of 2. How about x squared? Well, that's just plain old x. So what is the square root of 9?
3.
So we have 3x times the square root of 2 minus, and I'm coming over here now. Does 12 have any perfect square factors? 4. So we have 8x times the square root of 12 times the square root of x. And that can be broken down into square root of 4 times the square root of 3. What is the square root of 4? 2. So 2 times 8? 16. It will be negative. So we get 16. We still have this x. We have the square root of 3 and the square root of x times the square root of 3x. Can I subtract these at all? Are the radicals the same?
Yeah.
So the square root of 2 is the same as the square root of 3x? No. So can I subtract them? No, I am done. I can do no more.